Impact segment tonight. The latest NBC News poll says 64% of Americans support the new Arizona illegal alien law, as I stated. But as we just heard, those who don't like it are very passionate about it. Joining us now from Detroit, Nancy Skinner, and from Washington, Leslie Marshall. Both are radio talk show stars, or so they tell me. All right. All right, Leslie. Now, I know you're a fair woman, Leslie. Even though you're a liberal woman, you're fair. You know, the state of Arizona just wants to protect its citizens. They have to do something. 70% of Arizonans support this. That's overwhelming. And now we have Boulder, Colorado, and a school district in Chicago saying, you know, we're going to punish you. Doesn't seem fair, does it?
Oh, yes, it does. Bill, it's the American way. It's capitalism, only in reverse, right? I mean, seriously, if people don't support what they're doing in Arizona, they have every right to boycott and say they're not going to go. And Bill, if you and I go on vacation in July or August to Arizona, who's going to clean our hotel room and keep the landscaping outside in front of that hotel nice if we don't have all of these Mexicans doing the lawn and cleaning the hotels,
I object to
these
that.
immigrants?
I really object to that. I think that there are enough legal immigrants and Americans who need jobs, that they would do the jobs. I hope that they are offered fair wages. But to say that the United States economy can't function, Nancy, without illegal immigration, I think is a fallacy. If we have to have more visas and green cards, we will issue them. But just to say, hey, we need more gardeners, let's have an open border, that's insane. There's a rancher dead in Pima County, a good guy who actually Grizzly foretold his death. He wrote a letter a couple of years ago, said, look, I'm afraid I'm going to get gunned down. That's exactly what happened. So I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Leslie, Nancy. I think it's unfair for Austin, Texas to do this. I think Arizona's just trying to protect its own.
Well, I agree with you about, it's not about immigration, and we need more immigrants to do this work. The point is, and what's funny with J.D. Hayworth out there tripping over himself and John McCain for the Tea Party vote, is that that's all about we don't want big government involved in our lives. And the constitutional violation here is it violates the Supremacy Clause. Enforcement of immigration laws is the purview of the federal government. States can't do this. So let's say one state, a liberal state maybe, wanted to enforce federal tax law. Would everybody say, yeah, that Massachusetts could go and start looking at and asking for your tax returns? No, it's not the right of the state to have local
Well, that's going to be adjudicated. It'll
be
be an interesting court decision on that. But if I were on the other side, I would argue, look, we are basically saying that once illegals cross into our state, Arizona, and there are 500,000 there, that we have a right, a constitutional right, to protect ourselves from them. But
here's the thing.
And the state and the federal government can't say you can't protect yourself. That's insane.
It's what we're
But there are
concerned
already
about.
laws
Hold on,
on
let
the
Nancy
books.
go first. Go ahead.
What we're really concerned about is the rights of American citizens who are unduly stopped. The guy who wrote the law,
but that's never happened.
That's
conjecture and speculation.
If you have dark skin and you're an American citizen, you can be pulled over and asked for your papers.
You cannot. According to that law, you sound like Holder, who hasn't even read the law. According to the law, you have to be engaged on another activity that the police are involved in. All right, Nancy, you want to? Leslie, you want to say something? Go.
Yeah, I have a lot to say, actually, in weighing in. We have laws on the book. The bottom line is these people would not come to the country if we didn't have the opportunity available. There's no punishment for the corporations that are hiring them. The government on both sides of the aisle turned their back on this.
That's right.
And for us,
now you sound like a conservative.
States don't need to rewrite law that's already written.
It's not work. The law is not being enforced by the federal government.
The law on the, so
Leslie,
that's
why
what
don't
we
you
need
get
to do,
this?
Bill. I agree.
Why don't you get this?
We need to enforce
the federal government
law.
is not enforcing the law and hasn't for 25 years. So the state of Arizona desperate.
We force the federal government to do it.
And that's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing.
Maybe that's what's going to come about.
More government?
The bottom line is federal law trumps state law.
Yeah, okay, but when the feds say we're not going to enforce the law, which they have, the state has no other alternative. None.
Okay,
but that's not what I hear my president saying. I hear President Obama saying that we need to look at enforcement of the law.
Yeah,
and that will happen
of immigrants through the front door.
On comprehensive immigration law.
Comprehensive.
But the point about boycotts, boycotts are, hey, it is capitalism. If Arizona made a choice to pass this law, I have a choice not to go there.
All right,
and
that's true.
America.
That's true. But with 64% or 66%, whatever it is, supporting the law, Arizona might come out on top. We'll see. Ladies, always a pleasure. Thank you.